Hello and welcome back. Today I'm building this. It's the 2001 Ford Focus WRC car in 1/43 by Heller and Airfix. Now I've already unboxed this once, but here you can see the parts. You've got the body, you've got this one white sprue with the interior, wheels, seats, things like that. Got a part missing here, which turns out to be the rear spoiler. Here you can see that should go there. Just clips on like so. And then you've got a clear sprue with headlights and windows. And then there's a pretty nice decal sheet as well. This kit's been recently re-released by Heller, so this is a decent quality decal sheet. As I say, this is the 2001 Monte Carlo car driven by Carlos Sainz and Luis Moya. They finished second overall. Now, after using Kaleido white primer, I then used their white gloss, which comes in their airbrush ready paint range here, through my Gaahleri swallowtail. Built this up with about 4 coats to sort of a glossy base. Now, in order to template for the Martini livery, I photocopied the sheet in order to create the pattern for the blue section at the back. So as you can see here, I cut out those, compared them to the real model, and then cut the same shapes out of masking tape to create the masks for the side of the car and around the roof, the boot, and that sort of thing. And so you've got these diagonal parts here. It needs to be white in the middle. Here it is all masked up. Made sure to do the inside of the windows too. And I've used Tommi TS51, which is the colour that they recommend in their Focus kit. Now, for some of the sections, they need to match up to the red on the decals. It's not as fluorescent as I think it would be in real life, so I used this Vallejo Model Air Ferrari red, and I felt that that did a decent enough job of matching the kit decals. Got the little roof scoop and the underside of the spoiler there. Now, once all that paint was cured, I then went on to the decals. There's a lot of carrier film on these to sort of attach the logos together, and I don't really like doing that, so wherever possible I removed the smaller logos and did them separately. So there you are, the Martini stripe down the side. I'm using some Mr. Mark Setter and Mr. Mark Softer from Mr. Hobby. There we are. As the Rallye de Monte Carlo is predominantly held in France, alcohol sponsorship has for a very long time been banned in sporting events, so that's why you won't see any Martini logos on this car. Mr. Mark Softer, just to help it adhere. I'm going over this with a wet cotton bud afterwards to help it go down into all the panel lines. Do you have a favourite car to use the Martini livery? Obviously we've had Porsches, Lanciers, Brabhams, Williams in recent years as well. Let me know what you think in the comments. Now, unfortunately, the blue here doesn't exactly match the paint that I'd used already. It's certainly not metallic. It's slightly paler, but you only notice when you're looking really hard. For the spoiler, I painted that blue as well because I found that the decal didn't actually go right to the edges. So as you can see with this roof decal, you might want to separate some of these to add them yourself. But I chose to add this one before adding the little roof scoop so that that can go around the blue lines. I didn't feel that it would work otherwise. Then once that's all settled, I'll add the roof scoop and also make the little holes for the aerials. There it is. I think the red matches all right. What do you think? Now this rear section, I did think of cutting this into two parts, but one thing I did do was remove the smaller decals that go on the outside on the darker blue. I'll do that separately. But yeah, just like the other ones, good setting solution is useful here to adhere around all those edges. And then you've got a little Valvoline Pirelli decal underneath. There we are. The bumper's a little out of focus here, but after painting it white, I then did the grille and the headlights in black, and then went over the headlights surrounds with chrome. And here I am doing the other vent on the bonnet. A very fine brush. I'm using Revell semi-gloss black for jobs like this. Now these ones here didn't look exactly the right shape in my opinion, so I cut off one of the edges on the top. Again, put down a little bit of setter first, and then they needed to be folded around the top a little bit. So after dousing them in a bit of Mr. Mark Softer, I gave them a light blow with the hairdryer, and that helped them adhere around the corner at the top. And there you are. You'll also notice I painted on the inside of the lower grille there. I've linked up the bumper to the rest of the bonnet to help these stripes match up as best as possible. There we are. Sadly, the Ford Focus has ended production after 27 years. It was rightly praised for its dynamic styling when it hit the market in 1998 and has gone on to be a real success. I've got a soft spot for it as I learnt to drive in an AA Mark II. I then owned two Mark IIIs, including the ones that you can see here, and then finally a Mark IV. Back to the model. Now, I used the size 11 in this metric circles stencil here to create masks for the wheels, which are moulded into the styrene. You can see how I went around the outside of this one in black. Now, I found that the floor of the car was actually a little bit buckled, so I actually gave it a little blast with a hair dryer, and that helped sort of adjust it back into a flat shape. You'll also notice I added some detail to the floor of the car, including the red fire extinguisher and some black and silver, things like that. The dashboard was all in semi-gloss black, and then I added the decals, as you can see here. There's the steering wheel, and that just slots into place like so. The wheels were all done in black with the hubs masked off in white. I also did a bit of silver on the sort of disc brakes on the inside. Just went over anywhere where the spray paint didn't quite reach them. And then those just clip into place. They're all the same, so it doesn't matter which one goes where. I then used this very fine Gundam marker to pick out the centre of the wheels and the wheel nuts. There we are. And then you've got some very small P0 decals that need to go onto those. Now this is just something I wanted to add. I used this little bit of red vinyl to add a wheel strap to the one on the inside of the cabin. And then you've got decal seat belts, as well as little driver names for the tops and Sparco logos as well. Make sure to put Sainz's name on the driver's seat and Moyer's name on the passenger seat. Little gear stick goes in the middle. And then I'm using a tiny amount of super glue to attach the seats. Now I've used a lot of paints, including the primer and the clear coat from this fantastic Kaleido set here. Get 10% off your next order from Kaleido and Gaahleri using the code BUILDING010, and every time you use it, it benefits me and the channel. Thanks very much. You can see it's given a really nice glossy finish on this. This is after about 3 coats. I'm not going to polish this as I don't generally polish them at this scale, but you can polish it up really nicely if you want to. Here I'm just brush painting on some of the semi-gloss black detail around the windscreen wipers. Now for the clear parts. Helpfully around the windscreen and the rear window they've added a bit of textured area where it shows that you need to paint the black. So I'll start by doing that. You can see here where it is around the rear window. So I'm using a bit of Tommi curved masking tape just to make sure it's as accurate as possible. And then as well you've got decals for the tail lights, but instead of that I'm going to use some orange and red Sharpie on the insides. There we are, pretty happy with that. You've also got these triangular rear windows, and I'm creating some masks for that by putting down some Tommi masking tape and then drawing around the sort of triangles. Once they're cut out, I put them on the inside of the windows as carefully as possible and then paint around the edge of them again with some of that Revell acrylic black. There we are. You can see I've done around the edge of the windscreen as well, just sanding down anywhere. These windows just click into place and there's no need for any glue at this point. Just making sure I've removed any fingerprints from the inside. There we are. Now I noticed this Telefonica decal at the back actually came out white, it should be yellow. So after adding the clear coat I went over with a bit of yellow Sharpie just to make it look a bit more uniform. Now putting it onto the chassis is a little bit difficult as the body is a bit tight at the bottom. So I kind of started at the back and slid it over towards the front. And there we are, pretty happy with that. And here's the rear window. Just giving it a test fit here, make sure that I'm happy with how I've painted it, that it all looks uniform, and I'll glue that on later. Now this car's got one wing mirror, and I'm using a small amount of aluminium tape to go on the inside of that. There's also one Ford badge on the outside, and then that just clips into place like so. Now after test fitting the bumper, I then remove it to see where the glue needs to go. There's 4 little tabs around the front, so again I'm adding a little bit of Rocket foam safe super glue, just a small amount to glue that into place, make sure that it's straight on both sides. There we are. Then again adding a small amount of that foam safe super glue just around the edges of the rear windscreen, making sure that's nice and straight. Now the headlights, these triangular pieces here, give them a little sand down. I'm adding a little bit of black Sharpie around the edge to kind of simulate the rubber trim. And then again, just like before, a very small amount of foam safe super glue. You could use white PVA glue, but just anything that doesn't damage the clear part. Now once those are on and in the right place, you've got these kind of eyeshadow type pieces which go over the top. You could paint these if you wanted to, but I wanted them to look as straight as possible. Then you've got 3 decal which goes on the back and the sun strip which goes here on the front. Just move that along to make sure it's nice and straight. And the driver's names that go on the rear section here, you need to make sure that Sainz's name is on the top on the driver's side and Moya's name is on the top on the other side. Adding the little Rallye Monte Carlo sticker on the rear screen. Now you've got this lower section for the radiator at the front, and there's actually a Ford decal that goes onto it, but I don't think it looks very good, so instead I cut out a small section out of this leftover mesh and use that instead. Then adding the two aerials into the roof. They're the same, so it doesn't matter which way round they go. Nearly there. The final thing to do is to add these two little reflectors which go on the rear bumper. I'm adding a small amount of silver to those and then going over the top with a bit of clear red. I've enjoyed building this one. It's a nice little kit, and hopefully the finished article, as you can see here, is a fitting tribute to Carlos Sainz and Lewis Moya's second place at Monte Carlo 25 years ago. And I'll leave you with Sainz and Moya while you look at the final gallery. Thanks very much.
Algunos tropos aquí nos dicen que no, aquí nos dicen que no se puede hacer, ¿no? Para uno, derecha rápida menos, para la izquierda rápida se cierran rasantes, para uno, rasante en derecha rápida menos se abren, para izquierda rápido se cierra, tierra, acaba rápida menos se cierra, ras, para derecha rápida menos se abre, hielo, uno, derecha rápida menos, para izquierda rápida menos, para derecha rápida, para rasante izquierda rápida más, para derecha rápida menos acaba rasante.